But howdy,
Y'all there?
we're here. We may not be all there, but we're here.
Hello?
Hello?
In the chat.
Hello? Hello?
The chat is here.
The chat is here. Where's the chat?
People are here in the chat.
See Chuck and Lori and Jim. Jim are here. Howdy, folks. So I guess today it's all gonna be about the old Neo.
As much as it can be.
There's not much to the Neo, so we'll just have to roll with it.
And you can do a lot. You can do a lot of things for sure, but it just depends on who you are and what you like to do.
I'm still not sure whether or not I'm going to buy into that thing or not.
Well, you don't need a controller.
Yeah.
It's as cheap as drones get. You spent more for the Kai one.
And that's why, because of cost, I'm still maintaining this is the replacement of the Tello.
The Tello, the small Tello fellow.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if before long DJI comes out with some sort of educational version of that with some sort of LED lights attached to it to where, you can take a couple of these and make them fly in formation. I would not be in the least bit surprised if that's the way this thing is set up.
Make your own drone freaking show?
Yeah.
Be a good way of learning it.
Yeah, I mean they had some similar going on was the Tello. It was a red version of the Tello. It was an educational version that had a little LED light with it.
The multicolored. Hello, what's up, Jim?
And it was a Tello EDU app.
The thing is that we, at least at this point, I feel like I'm armed with some information. I can definitely say what you can and can't do with that thing. Pretty much to most everyone's, expectation. I can kind of meet that in it to a place where we get logic. So it's not just guesses but the only thing I haven't done is I haven't flown with the joystick, and I don't know if I'll do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. There is
the RoboMaster.
There's certainly a lot of aftermarket doodads already. That's the interesting thing is, you remember in the past where we would get a product and then slowly they would roll out aftermarket. This one had a massive amount of aftermarket right away. There was already, I mean, it's insane what's available right now. I know you're looking for the Tello info.
Yeah, this is it right here.
Oh, the little adapter.
The Tello Talent. That is the thing I'm talking about right here. And I got this little LED panel on there. So and I would not be surprised if DJI were to come out with some similar to this for the Neo.
I mean, they pretty much made it aerodynamic. I'm just looking for all these, the surfaces that you'd normally apply things to. I mean, there really isn't a real, a real surface. It's they're really, there's nothing on the flat side, or there's really not a play. I guess you could plug into the, to the USB-C to power something.
How about the light has its own power supply?
Yeah,
Nothing new there.
right.
Velcro that on top, you'll be fine. Right? We've already got a crash guard that bolts on the front of it, has a little aluminum bar on either side of the camera. Okay. You can already buy that accessory for that thing. That didn't take long to come out.
The most important accessory right now would be some kind of protection. I think, I took off obviously the stock protection. You can buy a lot of different colors of the stock protection already. You can buy those little, the little fan covers for the top.
Yeah, I've already seen red propellers for this thing too.
Oh, there's red. There's all kinds of stuff. Check out. I mean, I already scoured Amazon, and Amazon's just loaded with gear for it. It's Amazon.
All right, hold on. We got James in the chat. He lives in Fort Myers, Florida. So yeah, all the best to you, and hopefully this will not be as bad as predicted. But at this point, it does not look good.
Now, Florida's in the path of a big storm. There's no question about it. And
Florida's in the path of a monster of a storm, and shoot, Florida's going to get cut in half.
There are some scenarios where it weakens, as it goes by Cuba.
Well, let's hope it does weaken, because if it's hitting at the strength it's currently at, it'll be absolute devastation.
Yeah. Does anybody have a good 3D print site for the Neo? I've been kind of looking. I did a half. Have
you looked on Thingiverse?
Yeah, I didn't. There would I just did STL file and Neo, and I was looking for. I'm usually looking for multiple locations for stuff. It doesn't have to be just Thingiverse. A lot of times they're put on all of the sites. Maker World. I'll check that.
Well, we got a whole scan of the drone already, so you can 3D print your own. One could have a little fun with that. For stunt double, so to speak.
Step on it. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Land it in the driveway, and the wife jumps in the car and backs out and drives right over the top of it.
No, you backed over my Tello. That's, yeah. Oh yeah, Maker World does have quite a few things.
Well, there's another guard for you.
Yeah, the bumpers. I'm interested in the this bumper guard that this they're the one that has the hollow points, but it's see right now people are making it too big. They're making it too thick.
Oh, here
And
you go.
all it needs to have collapsibility. I want it to collapse, when you oh my lord. We're already mounting cameras on it. That didn't take long. Didn't take long. Could you imagine? It's got to be, they had that camera mounted on there. That's got to be loud. So we do have a camera mount. Oh boy.
Let's make this into something it's not.
Yeah, I like the boxes.
In that par for the course for DJI products, for
Yeah.
people to make it into things that are not. I mean, let's be realistic. This thing is a toy.
Oh yeah.
It's plain
It's
and simple. It is a toy. It's a $200 toy.
It is definitely in the toy world for sure. There's no question about it.
Yeah. And for a toy, it's got a pretty damn good camera. For a toy. Yeah. Don't compare it with a mini. Don't compare it with Nevada. This is not Nevada Mini.
Well, I guess you can say that definitely the compared to the mini, any of the minis right now, the camera wise, it's very limited for sure. But it's it's not terrible. I mean, I was impressed with the footage up on the top of the Red Rocks. I thought that was better than some of the footage that I was able. The lighting is like key and crucial. You got to have like the most perfect lighting possible, and with the best settings possible. And so you get into the, now I got to be an expert photographer to get the thing to shoot, and that's not the point. The point of it is that for it to, you throw it in the air and fly it.
This is what you need right here for your office.
Yeah, so when I don't fly it, I guess I'll make the 3D print, and then but yeah, there's been a lot of creativity. I'm very impressed with some of the prints that are already there. We already got a Neo Instago print.
Well, it's only a matter of time before the bumper guard shows up on Thingiverse. And then Dovo is going to get in the round again about somebody copying his design.
Oh, there's already several bumper guards right now. A lot of them. There's all kinds of bumper guards right there. There you go. There's this orange type here. There's that type with the hollowed area. Here I can make it.
I like that orange one in the middle. That actually makes somewhat sense.
Yeah, to me, it's a weight. It's always a weight issue. To me, it's just the lower you can.
Well, you print that in TPU and you put it on 15% infill. I mean, that should be fairly lightweight. Does it say anywhere what it weighs?
No. At 2.2 millimeter layer, 2 walls, 15% infill. So they've got a but they don't have but they do need to put it. That would be an impressive image to put it on a scale, you know, and compare it to, if you want to, you
Yeah.
know, there's a clear version. It is, but instead of having the dual layers, it has a single layer that's very thin, and all it needs to do is just give. It
Yeah.
just needs to be able to take
Well, that's why that thing kind of makes sense to me. But
and then I want to.
I would venture a guess and say you have to install the top guard in order to use this one, because I think you need the top guard to fasten this.
Yeah, I don't want both. I want one guard. That's the
Yeah.
like I said, I want
But
it
you see how it's hooked
right.
up against the body?
Yeah, there's like I said, there's a lot of different. This one doesn't have the top guard on it, so it's just clipped on the edges. So it's just held by there's a little lip up here, so that basically pulls
So
it on.
Brand's got a valid question. Why add protection when Carry Fresh is so cheap?
When what's cheap?
Carry Fresh.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, this thing is pretty hard to destroy because, I mean, I referenced this video before, but the guy takes it to 400 feet and turns it off and lets it basically come down on the grass. Didn't bother it one bit. Come down on concrete, definitely left a mark, and you had to do some shaving on the plastic to keep flying, but it did keep flying. So,
Auto rotation.
yeah, he had auto rotation going on as the thing was coming down.
Here's another weak spot right here. You see these 3 screws and this piece of
Yeah.
plastic right here?
Yeah.
That actually concerns me because there's been, you know, over time, you know, with the different plastics, you can get cracking that can happen in that area right here. You know, especially with the high pitch that it is. It's such a high pitch it's such a high pitch
Well,
squeal, you know.
again, if you get Care Refresh for $20, you can
Yeah,
crash
20
it and
bucks.
send it in.
I understand the point. There's another version of a protection, so everybody's going crazy over the protection. To me, I like the little cases that people create. Those are actually really nice. Knock out a little form-fitting case. But yeah, there's some really nice designs. Yeah, that's like I said, it's amazing how fast people got, you know, move products out. I like this this is cute right here. A little customized gimbal right there. I could take that and reconfigure and put my logo on it or something. Just depends on what my logo is and what month.
What time of the month?
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
two-year Care Refresh was $38 on that thing. So
that's pretty cheap. That is pretty cheap. Whether I have Care Refresh or not,
what's the replacement fee?
whether there's Care Refresh or not doesn't depend on, you know, that has no bearing on whether I fly it or not or how hard I fly it.
Okay, replacement fee is $29 on the damaged. On the flyaway, it's $136. Oh, goody. There you go. Mount your Go 3S right on top.
That's right. Somebody's got a mount. still, it's so small. That's adding quite a bit of weight. I'd have to take off the gimbal guards I have now, and I'd have to put on the stock guards to make it smaller, and then add that. Add that part. There you go. There's a Action 2 clamp. There you go. There's one with it. Here's one that makes sense. One with a Chinese flag, but it's behind my head. Right there. There you go. Yeah, there's, like I said, there's some pretty great ideas.
Oh, shoot. I wish I could freaking read, and I would have caught on to that, but I'm reading the wrong freaking currency here. So it's 19 US dollars for a replacement for the Neo and 89 for a flyaway. Avata is 49 and a 199 flyaway. Avata 2, that is. Mini 4 Pro is $65.
That's actually a really good design. You can if I had a bamboo printer, I could freaking download it right onto it. What are they printing it in? We're taking that one downtown, man. So we picked that one up, man. I got ideas. Let's see, X1 Carbon. Okay. But
A1 Mini.
All right. But those are good prints.
There's
We'll
an
see.
STL file available, so what's the right finagling?
It is Amazon Prime Day. The DJI Neo accessories. Check this out. I mean, they already got bumper guards. You can buy
The metal guard. That's the
metal,
one I was talking
a
about.
metal guard already. You can buy these in different colors.
I saw something was where they had red props on one already.
Oh yeah. There's props, all kinds of stuff. There's orange props. There's red props. There's actually a kit that comes with multicolored props. You got these little doohickeys for landing. You got freaking CP, there's some blue props. And this is before Master Airscrew. He's even freaking, they even got an idea. Look at all the accessories already. I mean, it's insane. I mean, it's just crazy. All the accessories that are already here. You can buy a charging hub with a battery for $120. New gimbal guards. They're already expecting you to lose your gimbal guard. So yeah, it's crazy. There's just it's gonna be it's intense. It is intense. So yep, they got themselves a big time product that's gonna sell a lot of parts, a lot of things. This to me reminds me of the first Mini. When the first Mini came out, it just just everybody's just throws ideas around, all overpriced because you got to make it, because you can make it. It depends. Okay, Jim, it depends. It's only overpriced if you want to make it.
Oh, Johnny's in the house.
If you can get it same day shipped. then it's $9 for a set of props. I mean, that's pretty much the going rate. So
watch what you say. Johnny's in the house.
I'm surprised we're not printing the props, but here's the propeller guards these are the ones that I'm kind of partial to, and I think Kai's these are the ones here. Here, let me make me smaller. So this, yeah. So that right there.
$6.99 shipped to the house. It's not even worth trying to print them at that price.
I mean, I like the thin. I would print them thinner even. I would try to get as thin as possible. Take every freaking ounce off that thing you could take off them.
Well, 2 walls is pretty freaking thin.
Yeah, so we don't know. I'd stick them on the scale, you know. I just like it. I also like the fact that you
scroll through the description to give a weight.
Let's see about this item. I wish they would. I wish they'd, in one of these images, they'd stick the dimensions and all the other things. These are, once again, these are mounted over the existing.
Well, scroll down on the page some.
Features and specs, nothing. Additional details, nothing. PTG. Item details, nothing. It gives you some color. Yeah. Let's see. PTG black bezel bumper. I don't mind. I like the Dobo prints. I'm not a huge freaking. I mean, they fit really nice. They're, I guess I can go here. Let me weigh them. Let's do that. Let's do this. Okay. Let's weigh these. Let's weigh one of them. Just for my, I have never weighed them.
I thought Dobo said they only weigh like 7 grams.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got, let's see here. So 8.93. That's one of them. So make sure our scale is, so we're 8.9, about 9 grams. That's, if you just change the, I mean, obviously you don't want them to fall off. I like that
that's 9 grams for one though. So 2 of them.
I understand. Right. I understand that. And we're at what? We're at the quad. We're at here. Well, crap. I can just here. Let's do this. Just take them off, and then here's a weight. Here's the weight without. Get that crap out of the way here. So we're 131 grams without them on. And then you add 18 grams, and we throw those on there. Now we're at 149. That thing weighs nothing still.
Now, is that was a full battery or an empty battery?
That's, of course, it's going to be a little heavier with a full battery, Kai.
Full tank of gas.
That thing still weighs. It literally weighs nothing. I mean, it's just that's to me amazing.
I'm seriously amazed how lightweight that thing is.
Yeah, it's so small.
Because when they said no, it's 135. I'm like, it's got to be 135 without the battery.
Yeah. If you take the battery off, it's. Which is a wasted that's a wasted dimension. It doesn't mean anything when it's.
Apparently, we're done already. Ben T is here.
It's 86 grams without the battery.
How much does the battery
and I
by
have the
itself?
gimbal cover on.
Yeah. What does the battery by itself weigh?
45.2.
Wow.
And it's a pretty chunky battery. When you feel the battery, they haven't wasted any space. 132, and then like I said, you stick any
Well,
weight on there.
you gotta take the gimbal cover off though.
Yeah, I can take that on there. 150 with the 150 with those. So you add 20 grams with the with those, and then of course let's take the gimbal cover off because we're not flying with that. The gimbal cover, if you're interested, weighs 2.3. So we'll be like 148, right? So we stick that back on there. So we're back these back on. Now we're 147. So we're only 150 grams. But it's kind of interesting, it's an interesting. So you do add 20 grams on by putting your protection on, but you can't fly without protection. You just can't. You could if you want to risk that. And I personally believe in risk management when it comes to your own gear. I mean, not gonna I'm not gonna do the most risky thing just to say I'm I'm a daredevil. So yeah, but they fit really nice. They're a nice solid fit. I just wished I could be in the club, of getting the gear to to market as fast as some people are able to get. They're able to get a dimension print, and I mean they have it for a month. I mean that gives a person a huge advantage if you want to market anything, to have all of that time. And the same thing, actually a question came up about the Air 3S coming out. And to me, the big question was,
Oh yeah, let's chase the Air 3S ghost. Why not?
well, the question is okay, they're going to release this product. Say we got a date, which they say, I don't freaking trust the fact that they're not going to take our money and then sit on it for another freaking month as reviewers have the product now for 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks, and then I'm just sitting there with $1,000 less in my hands, waiting to get a product. By the time it comes to me, it's already freaking 4 weeks old, and then the product cycle, it's worth
Well,
nothing at that point.
apparently you haven't watched Donald's review, because both his review sample and his production unit both arrived to him at the same time. There was a major snafu on the shipping.
Well,
So now
they
I'm
gave me
beginning
the
to
10th.
wonder.
They told me
Okay,
the 10th, and I got it on like the 3rd.
well, remember the Dolly disaster up there in Baltimore?
Mm.
The container ship that knocked out the bridge?
Oh yeah.
You know how long those containers sat on that ship before they finally get them unloaded?
Oh wow, yeah. That was the Neo shipment. The Neo shipment.
I don't know if the Neo shipment was on that thing, but if somebody screwed up, was a customs form, and that thing, that the container that all the Neos were in were sitting in some lockup for a while till they get the customs worked out. If you ever had to deal with customs, I mean, they take a while. Nothing fast about it.
Man, it's hot in my room. I'm trying to turn the AC up, man. Holy crap. My thermostats are they have a life of their own right now. It's probably the government.
You're probably getting limited.
They're limited me. Oh, yeah, I don't know. So,
They're saving all that power to send to Florida.
So
after the storm hits there tomorrow. I think that's what I heard. That's what I last heard. That's going to make landfall tomorrow night.
Jim's saying 20 grams make it 155. Okay. All right. Let me give you an example. I had somebody already saying, why are you flying with the wind when you know you should be flying against the wind? I'm like, dude, if I'm going to fly to something, I'm going to fly to something. I don't want to fly a direction that is not interesting. You know, I get these weird freaking statements like everybody knows that you should fly against the wind, you know, and I'm like, dude, eventually you're going to have to fly against the wind unless you're flying sideways. But anyway, but yeah, if I fly, say, a mile, okay, and I'm at 5,000 feet and I'm at 60% battery, okay, I'm at 60% or 64 or wherever, 60, and I fly back from that distance and I'm flying, say, with a little bit different resistance, that freaking 20 ounces is going to matter. I'm sorry to tell you, on a drone that doesn't weigh anything. So yes, it does matter. Every freaking ounce you take off of that thing is going to be net power conserved, as long as I'm using the throttle in a conservative manner. And even something as simple as the ribs on here that are not aerodynamic, any of that aerodynamics that it takes off, which it does do. I mean, takes my aerodynamics and it throws it in the toilet, you know.
Quads ain't got no freaking aerodynamics.
And I'm gonna tell you something. When this thing gets to 30%, you better be home, because I've seen some. I saw another guy, and he was limping. The only way you can get out of that, if you're in manual, is you have to switch it to sport mode. Sport mode will give you a little bit more time. It won't go into auto land, but anyway, it's so
the only thing that has aerodynamics is planes. Quads and helicopters don't have no aerodynamics.
No, that thing has aerodynamics. It does. It's sleek and it's smooth on all of its angles, except for where I've got the prop guards right now. Like I said, it's only
okay. In order to have aerodynamics, okay, you'd have to have it in the direction of the props. Okay, but you're flying it not.
Hey, if I'm putting a flat surface, when this thing has zero, you have zero room for error, Kai, with this thing, none. So you have to you are
then quit flying it out half a mile.
I'm just saying,
it's not meant to go out a half a mile.
I'm just saying, if you did
go out a quarter mile,
if you did fly it a mile or a half a mile, for that matter, This thing's range is probably limited to I would say 2,000 feet, period. For any kind of flight time, for loiter time, and for return time. So about, I would say 2,500 feet in distance, just which
So it's
is,
pretty
and
close
you'll
to
get
half.
back safely if you can fly in manual. If you can't fly in manual, you're screwed because you cannot overpower some wind gusts. You'd be screwed. I don't know if you noticed the second video I put out, but on my way back, I was flying 50 miles an hour because there was wind behind me. That thing was cruising. And I've never had like a Mavic 3 get in a 50 in a any kind of significant wind, like 15 miles an hour, and got that much aided flight time. That thing was being thrown forward, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah, and there and right there goes your aerodynamic theory.
Idiots fly Neo a mile away. Yes, idiots.
I mean, this thing is meant to fly around a freaking playground.
If you have any flight experience whatsoever and you can fly in manual, you have a pretty good window of opportunity. You can fly a lot. It just a matter, and you have to read the conditions, and you have to be able to overpower or fly under or fly, below any kind of weather. So if you do have a little bit of wind, you can fly below it. You can always defeat the wind if you know the area you're flying, and you can and you put yourself in a position where you can shelter or avoid it. And I always have a plan B. My plan B is always
let's
there.
find out. Let's see. Chuck, you still in the chat? Are you gonna be a buyer to Neo? I think he already said he wasn't, but
It's fun. It's a fun toy. It's definitely the most capable drone toy that I've ever owned.
yeah.
It flies kind of like a mini. It flies a little bit like the Avata 1. Probably has the same flight characteristics of the Avata 1. You're limited at.
That's what I need to do is find me a deal on a used Avata 1, and
you're going to find a used one of these not too long. It'll be cheap. You'll be able to buy one for $150.
No, I think I want the Avata 1, and then do the 3.5-inch upgrade on it. Now, talking about doing things that don't make any sense. There you go. Well, we'll upgrade the Avata to the 3.5-inch.
Now, this thing, if you want to fly in 15 to 20 mile an hour gusts, you can easily do it. And you'll get cool video while you're doing it. And let's see, $179 for the air unit, $100 for the frame. And I got batteries. Batteries came with it. I don't have to buy batteries. They came with it. So basically it's $100 more to fly this, a little bit less than $100 more to fly this than the Neo. That's assuming you already have the gear. You have to have the other gear.
Well, I mean, the Neo for $199 is bare bones was one battery. So there's
you're
no
basically
goggles, no controller, no nothing.
And this is a hell of a lot more fun to fly for a pilot like me. Way more fun. This is cool. This is really super fun. And your video doesn't suck ass. This is freaking really fun. Video doesn't suck ass. But your flight time is shorter. This has got a shorter flight time than this. because this is only a 550 milliamp hour or 550 milliamp hour battery, 550.
Yep,
So,
that's 550.
but that's pretty efficient if you think about it. That's 3S too. So I got more punch out. But you still have to have the gear. So if you want to just put the money, if you just like compare the money that you throw into flying one or the other, you eventually, have to buy some goggles and controller and all that other crap. I wasn't a mile away either, Jim.
Actually,
a mile,
the
somebody
batteries,
will go a mile.
the battery is not included on the Pavo 20 Pro.
Well, you're not cool then. I got 2 batteries with mine. It was a package. When I bought the Pavo 20 Pro, I bought it at before release, around release time. And it came with an extra frame and 2 batteries. It was a good deal. No, now they don't probably. It was, I swear to God, it was 100 and something, 100 and the frame was like another $15 or something like that, or $5. It was so cheap. Maybe here, let me look. Maybe I didn't, Kai. Hold on here. Let me just double check.
That there's a bundle deal where you can buy the
Maybe that's what it was. What's that cost? What's that cost? That's probably what I did. What's the bundle? 130?
The bundle is 138.
Yeah, okay, that's what I did. So it wasn't. I didn't get it that way. That sounds right. Comes, yeah. See, in the you get that extra frame, which is nice, even though I don't know if you'll ever break it.
Bob Casey's here. Howdy, feller. And Michael Wright, Texas Strong guy. Mike, are you moving into a Blanco area yet? Or are you still in Dallas? I'm confused. We're actually going to the coast this weekend.
Going to the coast. You want to see what you getting on a hurricane watch?
I may take my Air 2S.
You're gonna Texas and the Panhandle of Florida has been they've been just saved, and they were usually where everything was going. Louisiana was getting. I am not just because of the relief going on now. Getting back to the hurricane talk, the lack of it, in certain areas, and the absolute amazing things people are doing on their own. I just hope that this thing just peters out, and especially where the swirl comes, and as it's turning counterclockwise, it hits the Cuba. So, or it takes some of the power away from it.
Thursday morning, 1 a.m.
Oh, so it's late too, or early, or whatever.
Yeah, here. One a.m. Thursday is about landfall. Until then, it's just gonna grow in size. So where we're at on wind now? What's this one? See, Noah doesn't use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 scale anymore. They only do storm, hurricane, major hurricane.
Are any of you guys getting kind of back to just jumping around? I know we're jumping around here,
I
but
saw a drone warship put out a video. He's leaving town, and as he was leaving town, he stopped at a convenience store to pick up some snacks. And in the 5 or 7 minutes he was gone, somebody swiped the damn gas can out the back of his truck, including 5 gallons of fuel.
oh boy.
Yeah.
People are slime bags. That is like the biggest slime bag move I've ever heard. I mean, 5 gallons of gas, you're going to be an idiot. I mean, that's how shallow people can be. So is anybody truly interested in this? I'm just curious.
The Air 3 is?
Yeah.
In an odd way, I am.
I think the price is going to be right.
And reason why I want to see where they're taking it. Okay.
Yeah, I know they're gonna,
because I think one of the shortfalls on the Air 3 was actually the cameras.
I'm actually liking the beacon. I think that is a cool addition for any kind of follow issue, because normally you take the controller, you know, with the screen and everything, you fold it up and then you stick it in your backpack, you know, or you have to mount it somewhere if you're doing a follow of any kind. This one, the little tiny beacon, bang, you're just chilling like a villain, you know, or you can have somebody carry it. I think it's just a neat, because this is a great follow drone. This is freaking unbelievably fun. Follow me drone. It is so smart. I loved my Air 3. I really loved it. I thought it was one of the greatest flying experiences I ever had for a GPS drone. And this thing will go around freaking bushes and trees, and it'll do it backwards and forwards and sideways. It's absolutely amazing. The mini.
Well, here's the thing. As you know, I'm getting serious about the 107 business.
Yeah.
And now I have the Air 2S right now. What's the RC Pro controller? I could go to the Mavic 3 series and still use the RC Pro controller.
Uh-huh.
But I think that if there's going to be a Mavic 4, the RC Pro controller is going to be just irrelevant.
Yeah. I
think, and it's odd enough, you know, DJI manages to make the OcuSync 3 systems, meaning goggles too, compatible with an OcuSync 4 Avata 2.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they can't get the RC Pro compatible with the latest generation of Air 3 and Mini 4. So there's some's goofy.
The other thing, one of the things that's interesting about this one is what's in the nose. There's something there. We got some kind of interesting sensor. That could be the beacon issue. That could be whatever is tracking the beacon. But I don't think with the beacon, couldn't you just use the control link? So you really don't need that. So it's just interesting, you know, that nose piece, you know, this right here, you know, there's something in there. There's some kind of witchcraft inside of that piece. So So I gotta get the phone here. Sorry, Kai.
Yeah, as a time already, huh? I guess we're closing in on taco time. What it comes down to.
Good.
Is it-
I'm glad we're hearing there's interest in that. I this is bringing me back to what was it, last spring? When did it come out? When did the Air 3 come out?
yeah.
It was a spring, I remember, because I did some follow me stuff with my daughter and she was running, and I think it was the spring. It was still cool. It wasn't hot. I know that. It wasn't that time of year where it was getting hot quite yet, but we were past most of the winter. So I'd have to go look at the, I'd have to go look at the dates, but yeah, I think it looks cool, and I just remembered it. If you want to fly a Mavic
July
and you've never,
23.
yeah, it's a mini Mavic. It is a mini, and not like in the mini sense, but in a true Mavic sense. That thing will take heavy duty winds. It will fly in the rain, I think. It's really capable, and it literally flies itself. I mean, it's just that nuts. It is just fun. I mean, you don't have to worry about it hitting a mountain. You don't have to worry about it running into a tree. It finds a way. It's just crazy technology. And then that camera is 1 inch. So now we've got bokeh, possibly, maybe. And when if you saw Possum's video of him shooting the top of the wellhead, now you got that same shot with maybe some bokeh. Maybe some bokeh.
Well, I'm guessing we're going to hear something about a release date on that Air 3S here pretty quick.
Yeah. We got a video
I mean,
today.
we'll know for sure a week before it drops.
Yeah. The video that came out, and I'm trying to think where that you guys, I think already that. Let's see if I can find the video. Let's see. It's the Chase the View, 15th October 2024, 9 p.m.
Well, if it were to drop on the 15th of October, we would have got our email today saying,
There it is. Chase the View, man.
yeah, why don't they have that teaser on their website?
I don't know, because Igor Bogdanov put it out.
Igor?
Igor. Igor. It's Igor. That's too much Young Frankenstein. I don't even remember that. But yeah, this could be the big release. So it says Chase the View, and there's definitely a 2-panel camera right there. And then I don't know what the rest is. I don't know. Maybe it's something different. Who knows? Maybe they're going to surprise us with some freaking witchcraft of some other kind of thing. But I just don't trust that. Okay, say this comes out on the 15th. Are they actually going to start shipping it within a couple weeks, or is this going to be another one of those wait a month kind of things? So, all righty, Kai, I got to get going. It's that time.
Well, you go get your tacos. Hopefully, we'll hear some intelligent.
Yeah, Jasper's saying it won't be available until the 23rd. So who knows what that means? Somebody's
Well, that
got
means on the 15th they're dropping a teaser for release on the
23rd.
Well, the teaser usually a week before they drop it. So
Right.
maybe they're dropping the teaser on the 15th and make it available on the 22nd, 23rd somewhere. That would kind of make sense.
I haven't flown a true gimbal drone in quite a while, so. And the information about this is that the price is going to be reasonable. It ain't going to be freaking Mavic prices, Mavic 4 price. It's going to be something that people will be able to afford and probably like for a long time. You know, in the drone world, a long time is 6 months. Oh, I like it though. I like it. I think I'm pumping myself up for it, but I don't own I do not own a GPS drone. None. Zero. Well, I guess I do. I own this. That's considered a GPS drone. So, all right. Anyway, let's we've hit a lot of subjects. It'd be interesting to see where the FPV market goes too after all this crap. I mean, after probably next spring, we'll start hearing words on a launch of some kind of 04 unit of some kind. But
according to Matt Stack, we don't need to look at anything 04 till sometime in the spring of next year.
Yeah, there's 1-inch CMOS. Nightscape and omnidirectional obstacle sensing, forward-facing LiDAR. Vision Assist 2.1. I guess our phones have LiDAR, but it'll be interesting to see how they use the LiDAR. Next generation smart return to home. So
max flight time 45 minutes.
Active Track 360 for effortless visual appeal. DJI RC Track. So there's some freaking witchcraft going on right there. That's all I gotta say. And I'm freaking excited about it. All right, Kai.
And for those that missed it, there's some really good deals going on with DJI right now for
the Air 3
Prime Days on Amazon. They dropped the Avata 2 combo down to like under $1,200.
Right. The Avata 2. If you want the goggles and then you say you're going to get the Mini, the Neo, frick, you got 2 drones you can fly at this point.
No, you still got to buy a stupid controller, but
yeah, you got to buy the.
I'm still kind of cautious on the goggles 3. I'm not going to rebuy the goggles 2. I made that mistake once. I don't think I'm going to repeat that mistake
until they get the fix out.
They need to get the goggles 3 fixed, and Rumor Control has it 7 to 10 days for a fix on that. So
DJI called me up the other day too. It was nice. Gave me freaking bunch of DJI credit. It was pretty cool because I complained. Called me up on Sunday. It was like, DJI, hi, this is DJI. I couldn't even understand a word they said. How you doing? So good. All kinds of stuff that I couldn't understand.
Yeah. So that buttered you up.
Yep. We make you happy.
Make you happy for a long time.
Long time. We give you Neo up your bum hole. We give you a free insert. All right, that's enough of that. This is a family channel. Okay.
Yeah. All right. If you haven't done so already, hit the thumb up on the way out. Please, I appreciate it.
Yep, get a Neo. Buy a Neo. It's worth it. It's fun.
We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same place. And any more words of wisdom from Dad?
Nope. I've tried to be as wise as I can, which is sometimes not very good.
You be wise, unwise, whatever. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, enjoy.
Thank you. See you, Kai.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.